Well, good news. This is Ryan at Intersection Records, and good news today, this Monday morning. A Monday morning that was hard for me to get out of bed, and now to only find out that Rush is back together. Rush is going to tour in 2026. 7 cities have been picked so far, starting on my son's 14th birthday on June 7th in Los Angeles at the Kia Forum, where they did their last show on August 1st, 2015. Unfortunately, in January of 2020, found lyricist and drummer Neil Peart died, which really kind of ended the band's run. They had already been retired for 5 years, but then Neil died. And now we're back with former Jeff Beck drummer Anika Niles. She's 42 years old. She's German. She did Jeff Beck's final tour. I think Alex found her online and decided that she is great. Here's what they are saying. Here's what Geddy Lee, this is so exciting, saying. It's been over 10 years since Alex and I have performed the music of Rush alongside our fallen band mate and friend Neil. A lifetime's worth of songs that we had put our cumulative hearts and souls into writing, recording, and playing together on stage. And so after all that has gone down since the last show, Alex and I have done some serious soul searching, and come to the decision that we fucking miss it. And that it's time to celebrate 50-something years of Rush. So in 2006, my BFF, Alex Lifeson, and I are going to hit the road once again to pay tribute to our past and to Neil by performing a vast selection of songs in a handful of cities. No small task, because we all know Neil is irreplaceable. Yet life is full of surprises. And we have been introduced to another remarkable person, an incredible drummer and musician who is adding another chapter to the story while continuing her own fascinating musical journey. Her name is Anika Niles. Nilles. And we could not be more excited to introduce her to our loyal and dedicated Rush fan base, whom we know will give her every chance to live up to the near impossible role. Before we hit the stage, we also hope to add another couple of musicians to expand our sound a wee bit and to free up Alex and I in order to show off some of our fancy new dance steps. Alex, Anika, and myself, along with many of our longtime crew members, have been hard at work rehearsing and designing a kind of show that Rush fans have grown to expect. We dearly miss you, and come along and help us celebrate. So we got 2 shows so far, the 7th and 9th of June in Los Angeles at the Kia Forum. We then go down to Mexico City 9 days later for the 18th. Then another 6 days later, we have Dallas, Fort Worth, Dickies Arena, 16th and 17th of July at the United Center, 28th and 30th of July at Madison Square Garden, Toronto at their Scotiabank Arena, the 7th and 9th of August, and then Cleveland on September 17th. Clearly, there's room to add dates to these expanded cities. I don't know what they're going to do. It sounds like they're going to add a keyboard player. It sounds like they're going to add another guitar player, which does free up Alex. And I think it's smart. You know, these guys are older. Hard to cover all those parts. Why not find the right guy to allow Alex to not have to hit all those notes? I don't know a tremendous amount about Anika, the drummer, but obviously if she can play with Jeff Beck, and obviously if she can play with Alex and Geddy enough to where they like her, I think it's great that they didn't add somebody that's a household name like a Tony Carey. I think it's great that they didn't add a Dave Grohl. Not that I think he could do it. I don't think he could. I think it's great they didn't add a Chad Smith and make it where you're comparing a guy like that to Neil. We have a woman in the seat, Clearly, she's remarkable. Clearly, she's probably one of the best drummers in the world. And I think she is going to get a fair shot. People are always going to compare. But you know what? At 42, is she better than Neil would be at 75? How old would Neil be if Neil was still with us? Can't believe we're talking about a new Rush tour. So cool. How old? Neil Peart was born in 1952. So he would have just turned 73. Yeah. Definitely, I'm getting text right now. Definitely going to be somebody that's going to handle the job and be able to do it. And who knows what this does? Who knows if this revitalizes Geddy and Alex to do a couple more tours, to do a new album. You know that there's got to be lyrics laying around. You know that there's got to be catalogs and journals of stuff that Neil has written. Maybe you could still celebrate Neil with some new albums. Geddy Lee. Alex is 72. Geddy is 72. They'll be turning 73. Not terribly old if you're taking care of themselves, which I'm sure they are. We only talk about great music here every day on Intersection Records. Again, Rush is back together. That's all I'm going to say. It's a great day. It's a great Monday. Thank you, guys. Thank you for celebrating 50-something years of Rush and doing it with your great fan base. One of the great fan bases in the history of rock. Peace out. See ya.